Tell answer Jim's car too.
Laverne's she's gonna leave tomorrow to go to Michigan. But she's leaving from Portland. She's going to drive up to Portland. Tammy's taking her up there. I don't know.
That's quite a little, well, no, I guess maybe about a 4-hour drive.
Well, Tammy's daughter lives up there, so.
Portland's way north.
Huh?
Portland is way north.
I know where it is. I've been there.
But the reason she's doing that is because Jason, Art's son, is getting married. He lives up that way. And so when Laverne comes home from Michigan,
This guy's about ready
she
to
goes
die
to
up
the,
there.
gonna be
They're
going to
getting
the
triple
wedding.
digits.
So
Where?
she'll be up there close
Portland
to
and
the
Seattle.
wedding.
Oh, I haven't heard anything from
3 days
them.
of triple digits.
Wow.
And they don't believe in air conditioners.
Where's
It's
this?
never
Up in
warm
Seattle
enough
and
to either.
Portland, they've had 3 days of triple digits.
And I know what it's like, and it's humid. It's humid. If I look up there in triple digits.
It's usually raining all the time up there. So
I
it's
stayed in the
wet.
basement when I got them triple digits. Yeah.
Well, that's good they called.
Yeah.
Well, Reading ought to be pretty hot up there too.
Oh,
Reading's
yeah.
106. And
It's been about 3 degrees hotter up there than it is down here.
yeah.
Really?
And Reno's been hotter some days than it is here. That's
Yeah.
unusual for Reno.
Mm-hmm.
Some more stories, Dad. We need some more stories.
Oh, jeez.
Matt's got the
We're
recorder
gonna be here
out.
for a month.
Yeah.
Did he always say he was a good kid?
No, I know he wasn't. I've heard, and you know what? I haven't heard from like the family, but I've heard from my mother some
Oh.
stories. And I went, oh,
She
okay.
didn't even know
She
half
didn't
of
even
them.
know.
Hell no. She doesn't know hardly anything.
But I didn't realize that you were running around with Romaldi. Romaldi? You running around with Romaldi? Oh, okay. It was somebody Romaldi. That last name was Romaldi.
Have you got room to sit up here?
Oh yeah, I'm fine, Grandma.
Remember when we had to go get the Yankee brothers that one night? When,
Oh, Jesus.
we got
We were
beat
out-
up.
We were going up and down Main Street, and this guys from Winters had a Mustang. And I had that Falcon. So we were on Main Street, and he had a 289, and I had a 260. So they wanted to race, track race. So we went out to West Street, and it was me and Don and Elmer and Jerry, I think. And
You
we
remember
lined-
this?
Yeah.
We lined up that Mustang and that Falcon, and I jumped that Mustang at least 5 or 6 cars off the line. I took him bad. So, but I beat him through the quarter, but he was catching me pretty because he had higher jeepers. So we raced down. There were just 2 of us in the car. I mean, this guy was in his car, I was in my car, and all the other guys got out there, got out of the car. So we raced, we were going north, we raced, and then we went back. And when I came back, Don had said something,
Don Reed.
Dog Reed.
I'm thinking Don Reed.
and he
Yeah.
pissed one of the other guys from the other car off, and they started beating up on Don. They were
Yeah.
beating up on him pretty bad. And then me and this other guy got back, and I guess we broke it up, and we went into town here. So we had some big burly friends, jailbird friends, Milky Brothers.
Yeah, I know the Milky Brothers.
Yeah.
I used to run around with them.
And they found out what had happened.
It was Don's face. Well, the other 2 guys, Elmer and I, we were smart enough. We took a hit just once, and then we just got down on the ground.
Stay down.
These guys are from Winters, and they're big farm boys, and they're built like.
They're built like cows.
Yeah.
Beating the hell out of these guys.
But Don kept getting up, and I mean, he must have walked him a whole quarter of a mile. The guy just knocked him down. I mean, he was just bloody mess. I felt sorry for him. We couldn't do anything, and we were smart.
So we come into town to get our buddies, and we're chasing these guys, and they took off.
Yeah.
And we had the Milky Brothers, Ted and what was
Ted.
the other one, the younger one, the big one.
Oh,
Oh man,
Ted and Mike.
Mike. I don't know.
They were just crazy. They always looked for fights and
The
stuff.
Milky Brothers.
They always allowed them want to fight. Just like me and Larry McKee.
Keith.
No matter what we did, we drive up and down the street, Main Street or West Sacramento. Larry's always looking to fight. He'd always give him something the bird or something or yell something. If we get chased all over, then we end up fighting half the damn night. He'd get drunk and he didn't give a shit if he got his ass kicked. He just wanted to fight.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I never forget that guy. That guy had that Mustang and he knew he was gonna beat me.
Yeah.
And I smoked him both times.
And here you had a
He
lower.
might 30 cubic inches smaller,
I know.
but it was quick.
Well, Grandpa's Mustang was quick.
Not as quick as this Falcon.
No, I know, but I mean, I got off a lot of the starting lines with that sucker.
Oh, yeah.
I always was getting tickets in that sucker.
I don't think anybody could beat me on the block.
And that was stock, or did you have it beefed up?
It was pretty stock.
It was
Well,
stock.
we stole the parts from
Yeah.
Yuba City that one.
Got the 4-barrel. Between stealing gas and tires to keep going.
But you and Richard took that seat for your car that one time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fun night.
That was a
Yeah.
fun night. Didn't turn out very fun, did it?
Yeah.
I had the seats for about 3 weeks.
See, we didn't. Jerry had that panel, see, and so there's me and Elmer and Jerry and probably Don,
I think it was Mark Reed, wasn't
Mark
it?
Reed,
You
yeah.
two used to hang out all the time?
Yeah.
So we went to Sacramento.
Yeah, there's stories. You're hearing stuff.
I don't know, Elmer, Don, or something probably bought him some beer. So Elmer, he had to drink that beer. So we were cruising around Sacramento. We go down to South Sacramento, and we had to go to the bathroom. So by this time, Elmer was really wound up. And we're going to the bathroom, and I went in the bathroom first, and all of a sudden, Elmer wasn't coming out of the bathroom or something. And when he came out, he stunk. They had these deodorizers up on the wall. And stupid Elmer says, well, what's this? And it was a liquid deodorizer. And when he went up and popped it, and all the liquid came down on him. And it was really concentrated. And you couldn't get within 5 feet of Elmer. It was getting nauseous. See? And he was drunk and
Hollering and screaming
Yeah.
and burning him. And
You remember that one too?
Mhm, that's right.
so
Don't do that.
since he did it, when he was taking a leak, he went on
I have
his
another one.
thingy popper too. So that was burning too.
And this is Elmer.
This is Elmer. So,
Did you know Elmer too?
Probably, but
okay.
I don't know, I don't know if you knew Elmer.
So anyway, we're on our way back home.
I thought you did.
We're on our way back home, see? And we're coming through West Sacramento. And there's this Ford dealer down there. And I see this Ford. And it was a fastback, like a 65 Ford. And I go, Jerry, pull over. And so Jerry pulls over. I go, well, I'm gonna go get you some seats, Jerry. So me and Mark, I guess, jumped over the fence and took those seats out of that car there. And so that's how.
To Jerry.
So that's what we put in the and
His
it's,
6-panel.
Yeah.
That's where the seats came from.
Yeah.
That's the night. That's how we got those seats.
But then somebody squealed on us, and I had to take the seats back out and give them back.
Who squealed on you?
Mark.
Mark,
Oh,
he's the guy who has the gas station house.
yeah, free.
Yeah.
He does
Well.
Reef's landscaping too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess he does a little bit of landscaping, and by a newspaper report before they had the party again a while back, and then they had more videos on the computer with him at his house and everything, but he does parking lot cleaning.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Sweeper.
Well, see, the police come that night. Don't you remember when the police come up here?
That was the
Not
next
that
Found
day,
those
wasn't it?
seats.
But that was, I was able to
That
get the
was the-
seats.
Huh?
That was when they stole the keg out of the,
No, you
no, that wasn't that time.
you stole the
I
seats
do
for
think
that
you were bad.
car you had.
Yeah.
You and Richard.
But I already had the seats in the car, and I
Yeah.
had them for about a week or so. Yeah.
You didn't have seats before?
Yeah, just a
Bench
regular bench seat.
Oh, so you bucket seats.
These are
Yeah.
nice seats, these are
Nice.
bucket seats out of
Just set real
65
nice
Ford.
and everything. Cruiser.
You weren't old enough to drive yet, really.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
Yeah, did he have his license?
Yeah.
I thought you were just fixing that car up.
No, because I had the yellow car before that. the
Oh,
49.
Yeah, Francis, how did you deal with all this? She knew what was going on. She tried to play dumb
Yeah.
back then. She knew what the kids were up to.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was more me, it wasn't Jerry.
Yeah, I think
Bull crap.
He was the instigator. You just followed suit.
You were older, you knew better.
But I put a word in his ear first.
That's funny.
Well, if it wasn't nailed down, it was stolen. Now, you figure my car payment was $68 a month, and my insurance was at least 10 or 15. I only made like $90 a month. I still had to buy gas and tires. I was probably replacing tires every month.
Yeah.
And you got mad at me for roasting the tires.
Oh, geez.
How dare me?
Don's the one who roasted the tires.
Well, Linda's the one that kept popping the clutch and was always putting the rear end or
Rear end.
the rifle back in.
Transmission or clutch, yeah.
Those 62 Impala, who was 409.
Don would get out here and see how far he could lay rubber.
That was a hot little car.
Yeah.
What year was it?
62.
62 should be Impala with a 349 in it. It came with a 348 and we beefed it up to 409.
Oh my gosh.
That was a hot car.
Yeah.
But it was just about every other weekend, or at least once a month, was putting a rear end or a transmission or something in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we switched it to that Hurst shifter.
Huh?
That Hurst shifter took care of the transmission.
It took care of the transmission. But then was popping the rear ends and popping the axle on the damn thing, so we had to replace one or the other.
But then you got that Valiant.
That was a good running car. That was the best damn car I ever had.
For that,
I tried rolling that son, but never did roll it.
Yeah.
that's quite a little car.
That's nice.
Thing. And for a little 6-cylinder, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
You did right. It was quick. Linda loved that little car.
Yeah.
Do you remember that little Dodge you had or DeSoto you had?
55 DeSoto, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that one little car that you had, the little Fiat or something or other, that we took out to the airport? And we rolled it?
Yeah.
There's 3 or 4 of us in it. Fiat.
Yeah.
Rolled over on us. Over, right?
Well, you was the Orville rolled, I didn't roll mine, Orville rolled it.
Oh, I was in one of them anyway.
It was Orville. Yeah, we'd fix them, they only had 2-cylinder engines. They're cool, that little motorcycle engines in there. And so Orville and I had a contest going, see who could get theirs running the
Stand in
fastest.
front of this one.
I'm going that way.
And when I got done, I hooked mine up, and when we first got it, 55 mile an hour top speed, no matter what you push the hell
I
out.
think the one we were
You
on.
barely get 55, I get 90.
Chase around over there. Can't wait.
And he sat right on the
That's
ground.
fine,
It's
so
like
be
a-
lucky that you're still out, and not good.
And then stick cool cars, suicide doors. And, but I helped mine up, and I got to do Orville. You bound terminally gonna beat me, you won't. We just picked it up, someone's wheel broke on it.
Remember when we used to go out to the airport and race the go-karts all the time?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Well, one go-kart that you had, that was a fast little son.
we
Yeah.
took about 80,
Yeah.
maybe 90.
So you were running on that 2-mile track out there,
Yeah.
I was a patrol car at one time, going along, I was patrol, he was
He ran
running
across the
back
street
in-
and way down
Going
there.
into the
So
center.
Andrew went to go
Did
get
you
him.
ever see that on the road out here again?
That's fine.
You stay in our yard.
Four-wheel
They'll be back.
brakes and headlights and
You do
lights.
not leave the yard, or your brother or sister.
Oh, that was fast.
Had to, the way they started, had to pick the back end of it up and give it a shove and drop it. And
Ow.
once you hit the ground, you was going. You was flying.
I you like
It's
that
always fun
kind of
going up on
car?
that hill.
That'd be quick.
Monument Hill, was it, or what? Not Monument Hill, but,
What's that hill out there?
Stevens Bridge?
No.
straight out of Gibson.
Yeah.
Off of Gibson Road.
I don't know what they call it.
Way out towards,
Hillcrest.
Hillcrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little
There
kind
was
of.
only like 2 houses up.
Yeah,
We just fly around
yeah,
there.
it made almost,
Where the
it was,
Jacobs
it was almost 2 miles, but you had to go out on the main road in order to complete the circle. But if you let off of it, you just die. So you had to
You
keep
had
your foot on
to
it.
keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah. And then we do it with time. With time to see who got the fastest time on the
See,
right.
Jim was living at my mom and dad's house for a while.
Yeah.
So I went to school, and when I came back, Jim didn't go to work because it had been raining. So Jim thought, well, he'd work on my go-kart. So the way my go-kart worked, whenever you put down on the throttle, you had to push down. Well, he thought, well, that was crazy. He made it so whenever you push down, you de-accelerated, and when you let up, it was full acceleration. But you had to try it right.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's not too bad. Until I picked it up and went out to start it, and it started, and it took off.
There you go, there.
And I'm hanging on to the steering wheel, and it's dragging me down the street. And the only thing that stopped me was when it hit the curb, it bent the sprocket, and the chain came off. I was able to stop the engine.
still got battle scars?
Right here.
Well, you couldn't have said it, it's just the way it was
I thought he
said.
hurt
You couldn't
himself.
have-
Yeah, he
But
did.
right now, no. That's on me.
That's where that scar came from.
A call it chainsaw.
Yeah, Mac 6, yeah.
Yeah.
And when we go out the airport, the guy out there from Dixon had a Mac 10.
Yeah.
But this guy who owned it before me had poured and polished it.
Yeah.
We smoke them.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the
Oh,
kid
that was
at?
something
On
else,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess Dawson took off down the street, and so Andrew went to go get him.
Yeah. I got a picture of that.
You got it, Larry?
Hunter just said it right next to your head. You didn't hear her?
No, I was listening to Richard. I want to listen to the kid.
I think your dad even got on that thing a couple times. Because he took us out there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the days when you could do stuff like that. Now you can't.
Yeah, no.
No, you know, and this kind of, it's terrible, especially Woodland, this son of a bitch. They had things too that kids could do. Now there's nothing, and then you wonder why the kids are getting all these problems here, and there's nothing.
Like,
They go skateboarding on their skateboard downtown, they can't do that, they're getting tickets for that, they're going, you gotta pay fine.
Gotta have
You
a
can't
helmet
ride
on before you
bicycle
ride a
for
bicycle.
nothing.
Yeah.
without a helmet, you
Yeah.
can take it there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember back in the day, how old was I? Well, I got that pickup from like 76, so what, like 78, 79, somewhere in there. I was just a little girl, we were up there at Almanor, and you know, the snow berms. He tied a rope on with one of the inner tubes that, back in the day when you used to tow behind the boats, those inner tubes, those rubber inner tubes, with the, he used to tie, pull us up around the berms, around the road, over these berm piles.
Yeah.
Can't do that now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can't even do it.
We used to run our snowmobiles on the golf course up there. You know, there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Jerry Levy used to take his seaplane and park it on his yard.
Yeah.
Can't do that no more.
Oh, wow.
He would launch right off the point,
Hmm.
pull in on the point, come up the road, park it on his yard.
But, you know, people are jealous. They don't like them.
Yeah.
Can't do stuff like that. It's just- Those were days. Those were fun days.